In the UK, thousands of homeowners and small-scale developers are sitting on properties with untapped potential. They want to extend, convert, or develop. But one thing stands in the way: planning. It's complex, filled with red tape, and the smallest mistake can lead to costly rejections or long delays. The truth is, most people don't fail because of bad ideas. They fail because they don't understand the planning process. Let me share a real example. We recently worked with a client who lives in the Royal Borough of Greenwich and owned an end-of-terrace corner plot. The vision was ambitious: a part single, part double-story wraparound extension, a full loft conversion and garage demolition. On paper, it sounded like a dream upgrade. But in planning terms, it was a minefield. The proposed footprint was more than double the original dwelling, well beyond what the local authority typically approves. Add in boundary restrictions, drainage lines, dormer limitations, and a council that doesn't favour wraparounds, and most would have stopped there. But this is where Plandome makes the difference. We don't just produce drawings, we create planning strategies engineered for approval. For our Greenwich client, we reviewed every planning constraint, pulled similar planning approvals from nearby cases, and designed a layout that respected boundaries, addressed setbacks, and prepared a planning application built to win. We coordinated drainage discussions with Thames Water, optimised the dormer, and backed the proposal with a clear planning narrative. The result? A submission the council couldn't ignore. Our approach is structured, precise, and proven. From initial feasibility assessments and architectural design to full planning submission support, we guide our clients step by step. No guesswork, no surprises. At Plandome, we handle everything from planning statements, site layout design and elevation drawings to policy checks, precedent research and application coordination with local councils. Planning is where profit is made or lost. And at Plandome, we make sure it's made. If you're sitting on a property that needs more space, more value, or more income, don't let planning uncertainty hold you back. Book your free strategy call with Plandome today. Just click the link in the description: www.plandome.co.uk/consultation. Fill out a quick form with your name, property address, and the type of service you're looking for. Once submitted, you can instantly book a free appointment with one of our planning experts. And if you're just getting started, we've also included a free home extension planning guide. The link is in description, so you can better understand what's possible for your home. Because when it comes to planning, you don't just need drawings.
You
need
sitting
direction.
on a gold mine without even
And
knowing
that's exactly
it?
what we deliver
The
at
UK
Plandome.
property market is buzzing with opportunities for retail and office-to-residential conversions. If you're a property owner, investor, or developer, this video is your ultimate guide to tapping into this trend. Whether you want to maximize your property's value, create affordable housing, or build a sustainable urban space, we've got you covered. Stay tuned to discover the secrets of this booming 1.5 billion market, and stick around to learn actionable steps that could turn your property into a lucrative asset. Your guide to transforming empty spaces into valuable assets. Why is this trend booming? Let's dive into why retail and office-to-residential conversions are taking the UK by storm. It all starts with the shift in how we work and live. At the peak of the pandemic, 45% of the UK workforce was working remotely. Fast forward, and hybrid work models are now the norm, leaving many office spaces vacant. High streets haven't been spared either. Online shopping has changed the retail landscape, leaving many brick-and-mortar stores struggling to stay afloat. Combine this with the UK's chronic housing shortage, over 4 million homes are needed, and you've got the perfect storm for this conversion trend. Take the city of Birmingham. A developer turned a struggling retail complex into 250 affordable housing units. The result? Revitalized neighborhoods and happy residents. What commercial properties do you think are ripe for transformation in your city? Let us know in the comments. Understanding the scale of the opportunity. Now let's talk numbers. Did you know there are 28,000 eligible sites across the UK for conversion? Together, these properties represent over £1.5 billion in untapped value. Commercial property prices have also hit their lowest point since 2016, dropping by an average of 12% across Europe. For investors, this is the ultimate buying opportunity. In London alone, converting just the vacant office stock could yield around 28,000 new homes. But it's not just the capital. Cities like Manchester, Liverpool, and even smaller towns are seeing similar opportunities emerge. Think about this. The ROI on a well-executed conversion project can often surpass traditional property investments. The numbers speak for themselves. Market trends shaping conversions. Market trends are shaping how we approach these conversions. Here are 5 key trends to watch: hybrid work, mixed-use developments, sustainability focus, housing demand, flexibility. Let's discuss each of these points in detail. 1. Hybrid work. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the shift to remote working, and businesses have since adopted more flexible, hybrid work models. As a result, companies no longer need large office spaces to house all their employees on site. Many businesses have downsized their office footprints or have completely switched to remote operations. This has led to a significant rise in vacant office buildings, particularly in central business districts. These underutilized office spaces present an incredible opportunity for conversion. Repurposing them into residential properties can help address the ongoing housing shortage, especially in urban areas where demand for homes is high. Property owners, developers, and investors can seize this opportunity by converting vacant offices into apartments, mixed-use developments, or affordable housing. For example, cities like London have witnessed a rise in vacant office blocks. These empty properties can be transformed into vibrant residential neighborhoods, providing housing options for young professionals or families. By capitalizing on the hybrid work trend, developers can revitalize office spaces while helping to meet the increasing demand for homes. 2. Mixed-use developments. Modern consumers want convenience and flexibility in their living arrangements. Instead of commuting long distances to work or run errands, many prefer to live in spaces that offer a combination of residential, commercial, and recreational areas all within one location. This is where mixed-use developments come into play. By combining residential units with co-working spaces, retail outlets, cafes, or even entertainment venues, developers can meet the needs of the modern urban dweller. This integration of spaces offers residents the convenience of working, living, and socializing in the same area. Mixed-use developments can be particularly attractive in city centers, where space is limited and demand for both housing and business spaces is high. Imagine an old office building being converted into an apartment complex on the upper floors, with co-working spaces and small retail shops on the lower levels. This offers residents the option to work from home or close by and have access to necessary services right at their doorstep, creating a dynamic, self-contained community. Whether it's renewable energy systems, energy-efficient windows, or low-carbon building materials, sustainability is now a deal-breaker for many people, especially in urban settings. For developers, incorporating eco-friendly designs into retail, office-to-residential conversions is a way to attract environmentally conscious buyers and tenants. Green features such as solar panels, energy-efficient heating and cooling systems, water-saving fixtures, and sustainable construction materials not only make a building more attractive, but also lower its long-term operating costs. Consider a conversion project where old office windows are replaced with energy-efficient ones, and the building is retrofitted with solar panels and rainwater collection systems. Such sustainable upgrades make the development more attractive to buyers looking for eco-friendly homes and ensure that the property complies with modern building regulations. Additionally, incorporating green roofs or gardens can boost the appeal of a development, offering residents outdoor spaces that are both eco-conscious and aesthetically pleasing. 4. Housing demand. The UK has long struggled with a housing shortage, particularly in urban areas. With rising property prices, growing populations, and limited land for new developments, there is a pressing need for more homes. The demand for affordable and accessible housing is intensifying, creating a prime opportunity for developers to step in and address this gap. Converting empty office or retail buildings into residential units is an efficient and fast way to provide more homes in high-demand areas without requiring new land. This approach not only addresses the housing crisis, but also helps to revitalize neighborhoods, create jobs, and boost local economies. In cities like London, Manchester, and Birmingham, developers are converting empty office buildings into affordable flats or studio apartments. These conversions help to quickly meet the housing needs of professionals, young families, or low-income individuals, while also reducing the strain on already overburdened housing markets. 5. Flexibility. The concept of flexibility has become more important than ever. With evolving lifestyles, people's needs and expectations around living spaces are changing. Whether it's remote work, shifting family dynamics, or changing preferences for shared living spaces, modern property buyers are looking for homes that can adapt to their lifestyles. Developers are responding to this demand by designing spaces that can easily be adapted for different uses. 5. For example, an apartment might include an office nook or a larger communal area that can be used for both working and socializing. In office to residential conversions, this can mean creating layouts that allow for flexible room configurations or integrating modular furniture that can be rearranged based on a resident's needs. Think of a converted office building where each unit is designed with flexibility in mind. Walls that can be moved to increase or reduce space, or additional rooms that can serve as offices, guest rooms, or hobby spaces. This flexibility appeals to a broad range of potential buyers or tenants, from young professionals who need home office space to families that might need more room as their needs evolve. Together, these 5 trends, hybrid work, mixed-use developments, sustainability, housing demand, and flexibility, are not just reshaping the way we live, but also offering significant opportunities for developers and investors to profit. By keeping a close eye on these shifts, you can make informed decisions about where and how to invest in commercial to residential conversions. As we look to the future, it's clear that the demand for adaptable, sustainable, and convenient living spaces will only increase. Developers who embrace these trends will not only contribute to solving the housing crisis, but also position themselves for long-term success in a dynamic and ever-evolving property market. Do you see these trends in your local area? Let us know in the comments below. Step-by-step process for conversions. Here's how you can turn vision into reality. Let's break it down step by step. Identify a site. Look for properties in prime locations with high housing demand. Conduct market research. Study the area's demographics, zoning laws, and housing needs. Understand regulations. Class MA permitted development rights. Simplify approvals, but it's crucial to meet all conditions. Create a financial plan. Factor in acquisition, construction, and marketing costs versus expected returns. Design the space. Work with architects to create functional and appealing layouts. Obtain approvals. Ensure compliance with building codes and regulations. Market the property. Use targeted marketing to reach buyers or tenants. Under Class MA, properties must meet certain criteria. Why work with experts? At Plandome, we simplify the entire process. From site analysis to design and approvals, we've got you covered. Our team ensures your project is profitable, compliant, and impactful. We've helped clients turn empty spaces into vibrant communities while maximizing returns. Let us help you do the same. The bigger picture, revitalizing communities. This isn't just about profit. Conversions are reshaping our cities, creating homes, reducing waste, and fostering vibrant communities. They offer a way to address housing shortages sustainably while revitalizing underutilized spaces. Imagine being part of this transformation, turning empty, forgotten buildings into spaces where people live, work, and thrive. That's the power of commercial to residential conversions. The market is changing fast, and opportunities like this won't last forever. If you're ready to take the first step, we're here to help. Click the link below to schedule a free consultation. Let's turn your ideas into action. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share,
Are you
and
a budding
subscribe
property
Plandome for more
developer eager
valuable
to get
insights.
started?
See you next
Or maybe
time.
a property owner frustrated by lackluster returns on your investment? If that sounds like you, this video could change everything. Picture this, a building that has served its purpose but holds untapped potential. You walk past it every day, noticing its steady but uninspiring presence. Most people wouldn't see the opportunity. But what if I told you that this commercial property became the foundation for a £100,000 profit in just a few months? And here's the catch. It wasn't a lucky break. It was the result of a calculated step-by-step process that anyone can follow. In this video, I'm not just sharing a success story, I'm handing you a blueprint. By the end, you'll learn how to spot hidden gold mines where others see only routine, the exact steps to analyze and evaluate a deal for its full potential, how to market and sell strategically without taking on the heavy lifting yourself. So, stick around, because the insights you gain here could be the turning point for your next or first big property success. Trust me, you'll want to see how this story ends. Let's dive in. Before we dive into the journey, let me introduce ourselves and share what we do at Plandome. At Plandome, we're here to help you develop with confidence, eliminating guesswork and empowering you to achieve your planned gross development value, GDV, effortlessly. Whether you're a seasoned developer or just starting out, the complexities of planning, market analysis, and regulations can feel overwhelming. That's where we come in. Our architectural feasibility and due diligence report is more than just a document. It's a roadmap to success, tailored to uncover your project's full potential. Imagine having access to planning system checks and permitted development rights exploration, site opportunity audits and due diligence reports, true value analysis, accurate comparables, and auction history. And that's just the beginning. With Plandome, you're equipped with the tools to avoid costly pitfalls, make informed decisions, and plan with precision. Our mission is simple: to help you avoid planning issues, identify and mitigate site risks, and capture your property's hidden potential, all while staying ahead of challenges and maximizing your profit margins. We're with you every step of the way, providing in-depth market insights, actionable strategies, and expert recommendations to guide your journey. So, if you're ready to unlock your property's true value, visit our website today to see how we can help you turn your vision into reality. Now, let's dive into the most awaited part of this journey, the secret to transforming a modest commercial property into a six-figure success. Buckle up, because this is where the magic happens. Finding the perfect property is like setting off on an epic treasure hunt. It's exhilarating, unpredictable, and full of hidden surprises. But let's be honest, not every glittering find turns out to be gold. That's exactly what happened when we found Swan Street in Silaby, a modest commercial unit nestled in a transitioning urban neighbourhood. For us, the journey was no different. We poured countless hours into scanning property listings, exploring neighbourhoods, and crunching numbers. Then, just when we thought we'd seen it all, we came across it, a small commercial unit tucked away in a transitioning urban neighbourhood. At first glance, it wasn't much to look at, a bit rough around the edges with an unpolished charm. But hidden within its unassuming exterior was the potential to become something extraordinary. How did we know? By using the right tools to see beyond the surface. Here's what stood out: a golden location. Positioned in an area where residential demand was rapidly climbing, this property sat in the sweet spot of opportunity. The numbers made it clear. Buyers would be lining up once the transformation was complete. Solid foundations. Unlike properties that require an overwhelming overhaul, This one had a sturdy structure and a layout ripe for a straightforward conversion. It didn't scream potential, but it whispered it, loud enough for us to notice. Perfect timing. With commercial spaces on the decline and urban living on the rise, the timing couldn't have been better. The market trends and property's location aligned like stars, and we were ready to act. But here's the secret to how we uncovered this hidden gem. We didn't rely on luck. Instead, we used our architectural feasibility and due diligence report to guide every decision. From conducting a detailed area analysis to exploring permitted development rights, we provided the tools to think strategically and act confidently. It wasn't just about finding a property, it was about finding the right property for the highest potential return. Our in-depth site audits and data-driven insights revealed everything we needed to know: the demographic trends in the area, the true market value of the property, comparable success stories from similar conversions nearby. Think of us as your treasure map, pointing you to opportunities you might have otherwise overlooked. Every clue, every insight, and every piece of actionable data we provide brings you closer to finding your hidden gem. Pro tip for developers: don't leave your success up to chance. Equip yourself with the right tools and expertise, like our comprehensive reports, to see beyond what meets the eye. Because in property development, knowledge is the real treasure. So, the next time you embark on your treasure hunt for the perfect property, remember this: the best finds are often hidden in plain sight, but with the right guidance, you'll know exactly where to dig. Pro tip for developers: this is where most developers hesitate, where doubts creep in and opportunities are lost. But for us, the secret to confidence at this stage was having the right tools and insights to guide us. The transformation of one street wasn't just about a change in use, it was about architectural vision and precision. With the help of our architectural feasibility and due diligence report, we meticulously planned every detail to maximize the property's potential. Here's how we did it. Structural soundness assessment. We began with a thorough analysis of the building's existing structure. We confirmed its integrity, ensuring that it could support the addition of a mezzanine slab to double the usable floor area without compromising safety. Innovative design adjustments. We capitalized on the building's existing height by adding a new floor slab and effectively creating 6 modern 2-story residential units. The design was both practical and visually appealing, striking the perfect balance between function and style. Study room with added value. Each unit included a thoughtfully designed study room that could be utilized as a 3rd bedroom. This strategic addition allowed us to market the units as 2-bedroom maisonettes, but deliver the value and profit potential of 3-bedroom homes. By providing buyers with a functional, versatile space, we significantly increased the property's market appeal and profitability. Optimizing natural light. Large windows and strategic placement of openings ensured that each unit received ample natural light, enhancing the living experience and boosting the property's market appeal. Streamlined layout. The internal staircases provide seamless access to all units while maintaining a clean and efficient layout. This design ensured that space was utilized to its fullest potential. With every step, we were guided by our detailed site audits and planning system checks, which highlighted key zoning regulations and permitted development rights, the importance of maintaining accessibility standards, market-driven design choices tailored to the area's demographic trends. Pro tip for developers: don't underestimate the power of due diligence, and don't go at it alone. With the right guidance, like Plandome's comprehensive reports, you're not just avoiding mistakes, you're unlocking the true potential of your property. By the end of our analysis, we knew we had something special, and with the right insights, so can you. Securing planning permission can seem daunting, but at Swan Street, it became our golden ticket. Guided by Plandome's reports and our architects' expertise, we turned challenges into opportunities. Here's how we made it happen. Proposal perfection. Leveraging our experts' insights, we crafted a compelling proposal. By highlighting community benefits such as additional housing and sustainable design elements, we ensured council approval. Step-by-step approach. First application. We focused on a change of use, laying the groundwork to transition the property into a functional and high-value residential space. This ensured compliance with local planning policies while aligning with community needs. Second application. Building on the momentum of the first approval, we submitted a follow-up application for external alterations. This included the addition of doors, windows, and roof lights, enhancing both aesthetics and functionality. These upgrades significantly increased the property's value while maintaining design harmony. Attention to detail. Our planning application emphasized crucial details, from natural lighting to fire safety measures, making the design stand out as both innovative and compliant. Smooth submission process. With thorough preparation and clear documentation, the planning process was seamless. The result? Approval secured swiftly and confidently. The transformation of Swan Street wasn't just about ticking boxes, it was about creating a blueprint for success, proving that a well-planned, phased approach can unlock a property's full potential. Pro tip for developers: planning permission isn't something to fear, it's an opportunity to shine. With the right tools, you can turn council approval into a golden ticket for your property. For us, it wasn't just about getting a green light, it was about creating lasting value for the property and the community. Let's talk numbers, because this is where the real magic happens in property development. Success isn't just about bricks and mortar. It's about strategy, timing, and knowing how to unlock value. Here's how it all added up for us. The purchase price. We secured the property for £285,000, a fair investment for a small commercial unit in an up-and-coming area. Planning permission costs. The entire process of obtaining planning permission, including all the design work, cost us just £5,000. Total investment. With a total spend of £290,000, we were ready to turn this property into a lucrative opportunity. But here's the twist: we didn't even begin physical construction. Instead, we made a strategic design change that transformed the property's value entirely on paper. The building had a double-height space, and by adding a slab in the drawings, we effectively doubled the usable floor area without laying a single brick. This simple yet impactful change not only increased the property's potential, but also ensured that the planning permission process was seamless and straightforward. Now, the expected GDV, gross development value, of the completed project stood at an impressive £880,000. But instead of undertaking the conversion ourselves, we chose to sell it at the pre-construction stage. Why? 'Cause why not? The answer lies in understanding your buyer. Investors and developers often look for ready-made projects that skip the messy stages of planning and approvals. They want speed and simplicity, and we delivered exactly that, a project ready to break ground. By positioning the property as a pre-approved, hassle-free opportunity, we tapped into this demand and made a quick and profitable exit. With planning permission secured and the enhanced design ready to go, we sold the property instead of undertaking the conversion ourselves. We sold the property for £385,000, a significant increase in value thanks to the strategic slab addition and approved plans. So, the net profit was £95,000, or nearly £100,000 when you factor in the added value from our simple design adjustment. This strategic approach allowed us to maximize value and secure a strong profit without the need for heavy lifting. Sometimes the smartest move isn't about doing the work, it's about setting the stage for someone else to take the reins. This wasn't just a lucky break. Behind every strategic decision was our architectural feasibility and due diligence report, acting as a guide to unlock the property's full potential. Here's how we made it possible. 1. Smart design insights. We identified the opportunity to add the slab in the plans, doubling the floor area without any immediate construction. This simple adjustment maximized the property's appeal to buyers and added significant value. 2. Effortless planning permission. Our planning system checks and detailed drawings ensured a smooth approval process, saving us time and money. Our insights on permitted development meant we avoided any unexpected hurdles. 3. Market-driven strategy. With our area analysis and market insights, we had a clear understanding of who our target buyers were, investors and developers looking for ready-to-go projects. This allowed us to position the property perfectly for maximum profitability. The big lesson. In property development, success isn't just about knowing the property, it's about knowing the strategy and tools to unlock its true value. Planning permission isn't just a hurdle. It's an opportunity to transform a property's potential and add tens of thousands of pounds to its value. For us, the combination of smart design, strategic planning, and market insights led to a nearly £100,000 profit without lifting a single brick. Don't leave success to chance. With tools like our comprehensive reports, you can uncover hidden opportunities, streamline the approval process, and deliver projects that buyers can't resist. It's not just about working hard, it's about working smart. So, what can you take away from this journey? Let's break it down. Start small. Look for properties with permitted development rights. These properties are simpler to work with, allow for faster approvals, and come with lower risks, making them ideal for maximizing profits with minimal hassle. Think strategically. A small change, like adding a slab on paper to double the floor area, can unlock significant value. Creativity and foresight in design can turn an ordinary property into a high-value opportunity without immediate construction. Plan with precision. Work with experts like Plandome, who provide comprehensive guidance. From structural surveys to planning system checks and market analysis, having a clear roadmap is key to avoiding pitfalls and uncovering hidden potential. Market smart. Target buyers who value speed and simplicity, like developers and investors who want a ready-to-go project. Sell not just the property, but the convenience and potential you've created through thoughtful planning and design. Be resourceful. Planning permission isn't a hurdle. It's a tool to add immense value to a property. By focusing on what councils and buyers care about, community value, thoughtful details, and accessibility, you can significantly increase profitability. Be patient and proactive. Success doesn't come overnight. Every step, whether it's analyzing the property, securing permissions, or pitching to the right buyers, builds toward your goal. Consistency and calculated decisions drive results. And that's it, the full story of how we turned a commercial property into a six-figure success. Now it's your turn. Are you ready to take the first step toward your own property transformation? Visit our website www.plandome.co.uk, where you'll find tools, resources, and guidance to get started. If you'd like to see exactly how we do it, download our sample architectural feasibility and due diligence report today. It's packed with insights that can guide your next big decision. And if you want personalized help, reach out. We'd love to help you write your success story. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Because together we can uncover opportunities, transform spaces, and create futures worth dreaming about. Hi, I'm Ella from Plandome. What if I told you your property isn't just a home but a goldmine waiting to be unlocked? You could transform it into a high-performing, income-generating asset and do it with confidence. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how. By the end of this video, you'll see that turning your property into a powerful investment isn't just possible, it's entirely within your reach. Today, we'll uncover the world of houses in multiple occupation, or HMOs, and how we can help you unlock your property's full potential. Let's talk about why HMOs are game-changing investments. Imagine a 3-bedroom house rented to a single family, bringing in around £1,200 a month. Now picture that same property transformed into a 6-bedroom HMO, earning over £3,000 a month. That's the power of intelligent space optimization. HMOs offer higher rental yields, cater to steady demand from students, young professionals, and key workers, and adapt easily to evolving market needs. They're also resilient to market fluctuations. By spreading the risk across multiple tenants, your income remains stable even if one room becomes vacant. With thoughtful design, HMOs can be positioned as premium, co-living spaces or cost-effective accommodation options, depending on the target market. Feeling inspired? Let's discuss how to get started. First, choose the right property. Look for accessibility to transport links, the size of the property, and local council policies, particularly in Article 4 areas. Even modest homes can be transformed with strategic design. Next, plan intelligently. Optimize every square meter, convert underused spaces like lofts or dining rooms, and focus on shared facilities like kitchens to ensure functionality and appeal. Finally, understand the numbers. Calculate renovation costs, estimate rental income, and factor in ongoing management expenses. A clear financial picture will show you how achievable your HMO project can be. To make this real, let me share a few success stories. Sarah approached us with a modest 2-bedroom house. With a loft conversion and reimagined layout, we turned it into a 5-bedroom HMO, tripling her monthly income and boosting her property's value by £85,000. Then there's Mark, who thought his 3-bedroom house was too small for an HMO. With a rear extension and reconfiguration, he now earns over £3,500 a month from a premium 7-bedroom HMO. These are proof of what's possible with the right plan. So, how do we get there? Here's the workflow. We start with a feasibility assessment to determine your property's suitability. Then we design optimized spaces, navigate planning permissions, ensure compliance with building regulations, and oversee renovations. HMOs are not just about creating extra rooms, they're about rethinking the space to add value, both for tenants and for you as an investor. I hope you're finding this video helpful. I've created a practical free guide to help you convert any house into an HMO, which you can download. But before that, let me share why Plandome should be your first choice. At Plandome, we specialize in architectural planning, space transformation, and property development. We excel at designing layouts that maximize rental potential while ensuring tenant satisfaction. Our team conducts feasibility assessments to identify strategies that add the most value to your property. We handle planning permissions and council regulations so you don't have to, ensuring compliance with building codes to save you both time and money. With a proven track record of boosting property value and rental income, Plandome is your trusted partner in property transformation. It's time to take the first step. Comment Transform below and we'll share the link to our exclusive guide, Detailed Roadmap to Transform a House into an HMO. It's packed with actionable insights. You can also book a free consultation to discuss your goals. Whether you're just starting out or aiming for big changes, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Thank you for spending your time with us. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up.
Have you ever dreamed of more
subscribe,
space in
and
your
share
home?
it with someone who could
Whether
benefit.
it's to accommodate
See
a
you
growing
next time.
family, create that perfect work-from-home space, or simply expand your kitchen to make it more functional, the desire for extra room is something that nearly every homeowner can relate to. But what if I told you that you don't always need full planning permission to achieve that dream? In fact, one of the simplest and most cost-effective ways to create more living space is through a single-story rear extension. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how you can make that happen under permitted development rights.
Stick around because I'll walk you through the key guidelines, common mistakes to avoid, and some real-world examples of how an extension can completely transform your home. Hi, I'm Ella from Plandome, and today we're diving into the exciting world of extending a terraced house, one of the most popular types of homes in the UK. Whether you're looking to create a spacious kitchen, a family dining area, or an extra living room, we're going to explore how a single-story rear extension can give you that much-needed space without the stress and costs of a full planning application. We'll talk about what you can and can't do under permitted development, the important factors you need to keep in mind, and how you can stay within the guidelines while still achieving your dream extension. And if you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with our latest property advice and planning tips. Let's get started. Before we get into the specifics of rear extensions, let's first explain what permitted development is. Permitted development, PD, is a set of planning rules that allow you to make certain changes to your property without the need for a full planning application. These rules were put in place by the government to simplify the planning process, helping homeowners make necessary improvements or alterations without the need for lengthy paperwork or council approval. PD rights cover a wide range of projects, including extensions, loft conversions, outbuildings, and more. For homeowners in terraced houses, one of the most popular and effective ways to add space is by extending the property with a single-story rear extension. This option is often chosen because it doesn't require the hassle of a full planning application and can significantly increase the value of your home while still being relatively affordable. But, as we'll see, there are strict guidelines to follow when using these rights. You can't just build whatever you want. There are rules in place to make sure that any changes made are reasonable and considerate of your neighbours and the surrounding area. However, not every property qualifies. If your home is in a designated area like a conservation zone, a national park, or an area of outstanding natural beauty, AONB, your permitted development rights may be limited or even removed entirely. Similarly, if your property is a listed building, permitted development doesn't apply. You'll need full planning permission for any changes. That's why it's essential to check with your local planning authority or consult a professional if you're unsure. It's always a good idea to check with your local council or a planning professional before starting your project, especially if you're unsure whether your property falls under these restrictions. It's better to be safe than sorry. Even if your house does qualify for PD, we highly recommend applying for a Lawful Development Certificate (LDC), which we'll dive into shortly. This affordable certificate confirms that your planned extension meets the necessary regulations and gives you peace of mind, knowing that your project is fully legal and compliant. Now, let's talk about the Lawful Development Certificate, or LDC. While it's not mandatory to apply for one, it's highly recommended. An LDC is issued by your local council and serves as official confirmation that your project complies with permitted development rules. Why is this important? Well, having an LDC in hand provides several benefits. For one, it acts as proof that your extension is legal, which can be a valuable asset when it comes time to sell your property. Prospective buyers will appreciate the assurance that all work done to the property was compliant with the relevant laws. Additionally, an LDC provides clarity in case there are any future disputes about the legality of the extension. The process of applying for an LDC is simple and affordable, making it a smart choice to avoid potential legal complications down the road. Next, let's discuss a fundamental concept when it comes to permitted development: the original building. This is an important term to understand because it directly affects the measurements for your rear extension. The original building refers to the structure as it was originally built or as it stood on July 1st, 1948, if it was constructed before that date. Any modifications or extensions made to the property after this date are considered additions to the original building, not part of it. This is crucial because the depth of your rear extension under PD rules is measured from the rear wall of the original building. The original building For example, if your property has an attached garage, the garage's construction date will determine whether it is considered part of the original building. If the garage was built before July 1948, it is considered part of the original structure, and you can measure your extension from the rear wall of the garage. However, if the garage was built after that date, you must measure from the rear wall of the main house. This is a common area where homeowners make mistakes, so we'll use clear visuals to show you exactly how to measure correctly and avoid any confusion. Now, let's dive into the key guidelines that apply to terraced houses when building a rear extension. If your terraced house qualifies for permitted development, there are several important restrictions you'll need to follow to ensure your project stays within the legal limits. For terraced houses, the rules around permitted development are a bit stricter due to the closer proximity to your neighbours. But don't worry, there's still plenty of potential for your extension. Here are the key guidelines to keep in mind. Maximum depth. The extension can't extend more than 3 meters from the rear wall of your original building. This ensures enough space between you and your neighbours. Height restrictions. The overall maximum height of the extension is 4 meters. The maximum eaves height, the height at the edge of the roof, must be no more than 3 meters if it's within 2 meters of your property boundary. This helps keep the extension in harmony with the surrounding R. Because terraced houses are typically surrounded by other properties on both sides, you'll need to pay extra attention to how your extension affects your neighbours. Privacy, sunlight, and overbearing issues can all come into play, so it's worth consulting a professional if you're unsure. When it comes to design, the style of roof you choose is another important factor. The rules for height apply regardless of the roof type, so you'll need to ensure the overall height stays within the permitted limits. Common roof styles for single-story rear extensions include flat roofs, lean-to or mono-pitch roofs, gable roofs. While a flat roof is often the simplest option, a pitched or gable roof may blend better with the style of your existing property. Keep in mind that building regulations approval is still required to ensure the structure is safe. If you're considering a larger extension, things get a bit more complicated. Extensions up to 6 meters in depth for terraced houses require something called prior notification. This is a process where you notify your local planning authority about your intention to build. It's not a full planning application, but it does include a consultation with your neighbours. The prior notification process involves submitting a block plan showing your proposed extension, detailed drawings of the layout, and a statement on how the extension will impact your neighbours, particularly in terms of light and privacy. Your neighbours will have 21 days to raise objections, and if no issues arise, your extension can go ahead. Even though your project may fall under permitted development, you still need to comply with building regulations. These ensure that your extension is structurally sound, energy efficient, and safe for occupation. Building regulations cover critical aspects such as electrical installations, drainage, insulation, ventilation, and fire safety. Even if permitted development rights apply, these aspects need to be addressed. Failure to comply can lead to enforcement action or difficulty in obtaining the final certificate. To safeguard your project, we highly recommend applying for a Lawful Development Certificate (LDC) from your local council. This certificate confirms that your extension is compliant with permitted development rights, giving you peace of mind when it comes to legal and future resale considerations. Here are the most common mistakes homeowners make when planning their rear extensions under permitted development. Incorrect measurements. Always measure from the original building, not from post-1948 additions like garages that don't qualify. Exceeding the height limits. Make sure your extension doesn't exceed 4 meters in height and that the eaves height is within the limits. Ignoring local restrictions. Always check for conservation areas, listed buildings, or other restrictions that could affect your development. Let's take a look at a real-life example of how a smart extension can completely transform a traditional ground floor into a modern, versatile space. Original layout. The ground floor had a compact kitchen at the back, a separate dining room, and a front-facing lounge. While functional, it lacked flow and natural light. Proposed design. The kitchen is extended into a spacious kitchen dining area, perfect for family meals. Bifolding doors and a large rear window open the space to the garden, bringing in lots of natural light. The removal of the kitchen wall creates an open, connected layout ideal for cooking and entertaining. Plus, practical additions like a utility room, shower room, and extra storage improve the space without sacrificing style. This extension strikes the perfect balance between open-plan living and functional zones, making every square meter work hard. We came through how rear extensions can transform a home. In this case, added a 6-meter wide, 3-meter deep extension. This cost between £66,000 and £90,000, but increased their property value by £70,000, turning their cramped ground floor into a spacious, light-filled family hub. Here's another great example of a smart, functional extension. The original ground floor had a separate living area, a dining space, and a compact kitchen tucked at the back. While it had all the essentials, the layout felt a bit closed off, lacking the openness and flow that many homeowners are now seeking. Proposed design. The kitchen is extended into a spacious kitchen breakfast room, ideal for family meals. Roof lights and large windows bring in natural light, creating a bright, airy atmosphere. A new breakfast room and open layout enhance the connection between the kitchen, dining, and living areas. Practical additions. A clever storage area has been added for extra functionality, keeping the space organized without sacrificing style. Balanced design. This layout perfectly blends open-plan living with practical zones, optimizing space for cooking, dining, and relaxation. In this example, family added a 4-meter extension, incorporating a lounge and a shower room. The build cost was £2,400 per square metre and was approved through prior notification. The project also improved the home's energy efficiency by 18% thanks to better insulation. Thinking of extending? Share your plans in the comments or follow the inquiry link below to book your free 30-minute consultation. The first 20 consultations booked receive our exclusive Rear Extension Checklist 2025 PDF, your practical guide to seamless extensions. Fill out the form, select your ideal date, and get started effortlessly. If this video saved hours of research, please like, subscribe, and explore our comprehensive playlist including planning advice, HMO conversions, working with listed buildings, and much more. I'm Ella from Plandome. Thanks for watching. Happy extending. Hi, I'm Ella from Plandome. Are you ready to discover how to unlock hidden profits in your property through title splitting? Welcome to the video. We're diving into the fascinating world of title splitting, a game-changing property strategy that can help you transform your assets and maximize returns. Whether you're a homeowner looking to create additional income, a landlord wanting to diversify your portfolio, or an investor aiming to boost property value, title splitting offers a unique opportunity to achieve your goals. But where do you start? Not every property is suitable for this strategy, and understanding the process is key. We'll explore how to determine if your property meets the criteria for title splitting, what's involved in dividing a property into multiple self-contained units. We will navigate the essential steps involved in planning application process and title registering. These are the 2 key steps that turn your vision into a legally compliant and marketable project. The planning application ensures your development aligns with local regulations and covers aspects like design, layout, parking, and safety. It's a vital step to secure approval for dividing your property. Once the changes are complete, the next step is title registering with the land registry. This process legally separates your property into independent units, each with its own title deed, making them sellable or rentable as standalone assets. To bring this strategy to life, we'll also share a compelling case study that demonstrates how strategic title splitting turned a single property into 2 high-value assets, delivering incredible returns. Whether you're new to property investment or looking to refine your strategies, this video is packed with actionable insights to help you unlock your property's full potential. And while you're here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more valuable content to help you achieve your property goals. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's dive into the process of title splitting and how it can work for you. Is your property suitable for title splitting? Before we dive into the technicalities, let's discuss how to determine if your property is suitable for title splitting. Not every property qualifies, so it's essential to evaluate specific criteria to ensure this approach is right for you. For example, does your property have enough square footage to create separate, livable units? Larger homes, particularly detached properties with spacious layouts, are often excellent candidates. Another crucial factor is adaptability. Can the layout of your property be modified to accommodate separate entrances and private spaces for each unit? Lastly, location plays a key role. Properties in urban areas or neighbourhoods with high demand for smaller units like flats or apartments are more likely to succeed in this strategy. Think about your property for a moment. Does it meet these criteria? If the answer is yes, you've already cleared the first hurdle. With these foundational elements in place, the next step is understanding how to divide the property efficiently and effectively. How to divide a property for title splitting. Now that we've covered suitability, let's focus on the actual process of dividing a property for title splitting. This step is all about turning one property into multiple functional and appealing units. To do this, each unit must include essential amenities such as a kitchen, bathroom, living space, and bedroom. The layout should be optimized to make the most of the available space, ensuring comfort and practicality for future occupants. Creating separate access points. Designing independent access points for each unit is one of the most crucial aspects of title splitting. Private entrances are not just a convenience, they are a key selling point for tenants and buyers. A property with independent access offers privacy and practicality, which significantly enhances its appeal. Think about it. How much more attractive is a unit with its own entrance compared to one that requires sharing or awkward navigation? Utility setup is equally vital. Each unit should have its own meters for gas, water, and electricity. This ensures independent billing, eliminating disputes over shared utility costs and simplifying management for landlords. Prospective buyers and tenants are drawn to properties where such hassles are already addressed. Imagine owning a property where each unit operates seamlessly on its own. How much easier would that make your life as a landlord or seller? What's more, having private access and separate utilities can make the property a more valuable investment. Imagine converting your property into 2 or more self-contained units. What would you do with these spaces? Would you rent them out for consistent income or sell them for a quick profit? That's the power of title splitting. It gives you control and flexibility over how you generate income from your property. Obtaining planning permission. Once you've decided to split your property into separate units, the next critical step is securing planning permission and eventually registering the new titles with the land registry. This process ensures your project complies with local regulations and creates legally independent units, paving the way for increased value and marketability. While the process may seem intricate, breaking it down step by step makes it more manageable. The first step is creating detailed architectural plans. These plans serve as the foundation of your application and must clearly outline the changes you intend to make to the property. For example, the plans should show how the property will be divided, including the layout of each unit, room dimensions, and the positioning of entrances and windows. Councils often require details about utilities like water, gas, and electricity, including how these will be separated for independent use. Additionally, Your plans need to address safety features such as fire escapes, ventilation systems, and compliance with accessibility standards, especially for multi-unit properties. If you're adding or modifying external features, like separate entrances or staircases, these must also be clearly indicated in the plans. Once your plans are ready, the next step is submitting them to your local council for approval. This involves completing a planning application, which typically requires you to provide supporting documents like site plans, elevation drawings, and a detailed project description. The council will evaluate your proposal, looking at how the changes align with building codes and how they may impact the surrounding area. For example, they will consider whether the project fits the aesthetic of the neighbourhood and whether it could cause issues like increased traffic or noise. During this process, the council may invite feedback from neighbours or other local stakeholders. To minimise objections, it's a good idea to communicate with your neighbours proactively before submitting the application. Share your plans, address their concerns, and reassure them that your project will adhere to safety and quality standards. Good communication can help smooth the approval process and foster goodwill in your community. Once planning permission is granted, the next step is implementing the changes and ensuring the construction aligns with the approved plans. After the work is completed, you'll need to register the new units with the land registry. This is where the legal separation of the titles occurs. The process involves submitting documentation that proves the physical and legal division of the property. This includes the updated architectural plans, proof of planning permission, and sometimes a new surveyor's report to confirm the measurements and boundaries of each unit. The land registry will then create separate legal titles for each unit, making them independent assets. Each unit will have its own title deed, which is essential if you plan to sell or lease them individually. Registering with the land registry formalises the title split and ensures that the new units are legally recognised as separate properties. It's a key step in unlocking the financial potential of your project. Each step requires careful attention to detail, but the result is worth it. Legally independent, this exciting and rewarding journey. Units that offer flexibility, increased marketability, and higher property value. Before we move on to the case study, I hope you've enjoyed learning about the fundamentals of title splitting and found it insightful. By now, you should have a clearer understanding of how this powerful strategy can unlock hidden potential in your property. To make it even more practical, we've prepared a comprehensive guide for you. How to increase property value through the title split process. This guide is packed with actionable tips and step-by-step instructions to help you turn your property vision into reality. You can download it right now, just check the link in the description below. Now, let me take a moment to introduce ourselves and what we do at Plandome. At Plandome, we provide end-to-end solutions tailored to your needs. From assessing whether your property is suitable for title splitting to securing planning permissions and managing the entire conversion process, we're here to simplify the journey for you. Our expertise ensures that your property's potential is maximised with minimal hassle and maximum results. With our tailored support, you'll have the tools and guidance to make your title splitting project a success. Let's take a closer look at a highly successful title splitting project at Warren Lingley Way, a prime example of how strategic planning and smart investment can unlock significant financial potential. The property was a detached house, initially valued at £400,000, featuring a spacious layout spanning 1,400 square feet. On the ground floor, the house boasted a large lounge dining area and kitchen. Upstairs, there were 4 bedrooms, making it a highly versatile setup perfect for conversion. Additionally, the property included a rear garden, further enhancing its flexibility and market appeal. The strategy for maximising this property's value involved converting it into 2 separate one-bedroom flats, each measuring 600 square feet. But the key to unlocking its full potential lay in carrying out a title split, giving each flat its own independent legal title. This decision was critical because separate titles significantly enhance marketability. With independent titles, each flat could be sold individually to a broader audience, attracting buyers who might not have considered purchasing the original large house due to its size or price point. The transformation was carried out with meticulous planning. Each flat was designed to be fully self-contained, with its own bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, and living area. The conversion ensured that both units were functional, attractive, and compliant with legal and safety standards. Beyond the physical changes, the legal restructuring through title splitting created standalone assets, enabling the owner to market each unit as an independent property. The financial results of this project were remarkable. After the conversion, each flat was valued at £250,000, bringing the total property value to £500,000. a £100,000 increase from the original valuation. Achieving this transformation required an expenditure of £50,000, which covered all conversion, legal, and title splitting costs. With a profit of £50,000, the project delivered an impressive 10% profit margin. This is a testament to how title splitting, combined with a well-executed conversion, can significantly enhance property value and profitability. This project succeeded for several key reasons. First, the property's value was strategically increased by creating two smaller, marketable units rather than retaining one large property. Second, the separate titles made the flats more appealing to buyers, particularly those looking for affordable housing options or investment opportunities. Finally, the project was cost-efficient, with carefully managed expenses ensuring a strong return on investment. By strategically splitting the title and converting the property, the owner unlocked hidden value, turning a single property into two high-value assets. This case study exemplifies how title splitting, when combined with thoughtful planning and investment, can transform a property into a highly profitable venture. The strategic use of space, the appeal of separate titles, and the cost-effectiveness of the project all contributed to its success, making it a prime example of the financial potential that can be unlocked through title splitting. So why should you consider title splitting as part of your property strategy? The benefits are substantial. First, it can significantly enhance the market value of your property, giving you the opportunity to earn higher returns. Second, it allows you to create multiple income streams, whether through rental income or selling individual units. Additionally, title splitting provides flexibility. You can choose to sell or rent units based on your goals and market conditions. Lastly, it diversifies your investment, spreading risk across multiple units rather than relying on a single property. Which of these benefits appeals most to you? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's discuss how this strategy can fit into your property plans. We've covered a lot of ground in this video, from understanding property suitability to dividing your space, navigating planning permissions, and reviewing a real-world case study. Title splitting is a powerful strategy that offers homeowners and investors a chance to unlock hidden value in their properties. So, what's your next step? Let us guide you to unlocking higher property value, generating multiple income streams, and enjoying greater flexibility. To contact us, click on the link below and fill out this quick inquiry form. First, let us know your name so we know who we're talking to. Then, share your phone number and email address. These are essential so we can get back to you promptly. In the project details section, tell us all about your vision. And don't forget to include the project address. It helps us understand your needs even better. Have any documents or files to share? Simply click the upload icon and attach them here. Then click on the continue button below. Next, pick a date that works for you. Need a specific time? Choose a time slot that fits perfectly into your schedule. Finally, hit that big blue button and you're all set. Let's work together to create something extraordinary. Your dream project is just a click away. To take your knowledge to the next level, check out our video on how to make a profitable commercial to residential conversion project. This strategy combines perfectly with title splitting, as we've successfully demonstrated by converting commercial buildings into multiple residential units with separate titles. Thank you for spending your time with us. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit. See you next time.